On November 26, 2016, that is a week back, I wrote an open letter to Aam Aadmi Party with an appeal that it must restart displaying the list of the donors on its official website. As you might know, since June 2016, the party has not been showing its donations on the website. Basically, the party is shielding all its donations from the public view. I also stated that if it is not done in a week, then we would have no option but to go for a Satyagraha, which I call Chanda Bandh Satyagraha. No list, no donation campaign. In other words, if you don't show the list of donors, we are not going to donate. It's a pledge which we will take. Many well-meaning friends within the party, well-meaning, well-intentioned supporters and fans have been giving this argument since last several weeks, after waiting in vain for the list to be made public. Since June it is not in public view, that the list is not being shown. The donations details are not, the list of the donors or donations is not being shown because the opposition party is targeting our donors. The party leadership has given this argument, has been propagating this argument since last several weeks, that we are not going to show the donations because the opposition party, specifically Mr. Modi and BJP, have been targeting our donors. I request to all of you not to please accept this argument. Do not accept this argument. It's a political argument. It's a political excuse at the best. There's no much substance in it. And I will give you the reasons that why we must politely decline to accept this argument put forward by the party leadership. Number one, financial transparency is a core principle of Aam Aadmi Party. There are more than 1800 political parties in India. But when this party was launched, we insisted that we are not going to accept anything less than Vyavastha Parivartan. And we will bring Vyavastha Parivartan. We will change the political culture of India by seeking public donations and by contesting elections by the money donated by the public itself. In other words, we will use clean money, white money to run the party affairs and to contest. And we appealed to the public that please donate to us and we will give account of each and every penny donated to us. That was our promise to ourselves, that means to the party as well as to the public, because ultimately public is the stakeholder of the party. So public came out with that revolutionary zeal to support us by giving time, by campaigning for us, by talking about us, or by donating to us. So by taking a U-turn, by shielding the donations, actually it's a slap on the donors itself. It's a humiliation we are giving to the public. They came out and trusted us, and today we are shying away from that, that faith, that trust reposed in us as a party. So we are violating our own core principle of financial transparency. You can visit the website, and today also, even now, if you look at the donation policy, if you go to that link, it's clearly written that this will be a purely public funded party. We will show the details of each and every penny donated to us, and we will exhibit 100% financial transparency in our affairs, in our businesses. So that principle is being done away with. Number two, okay, let's for a moment agree that the opposition is targeting our donors. But who are those donors? Let us make public the names of those donors who are receiving the threat, or they are being persecuted by opposition parties, or they are being raided by income tax department, or they are receiving income tax notices, unjustified income tax notices. We should bring them to the public knowledge. Also, if this political violence, even if we agree with this political violence, the most susceptible segment of the party which would face political hostility and political violence is our workers, the party workers, party members, because they are the ones who are propagating the party's ideology. They are working on the ground tirelessly, helping the party with that inqilabi zeal. Have you seen any significant political violence against Aam Aadmi Party workers? No, there is none. We have been working in Delhi since last 4 years. We are campaigning in Punjab. There is no significant political violence. Hostility might be there. So, how do we understand that our donors are being targeted, but our workers are able to work well, nicely, without any real political threat? So please don't accept this political argument. Next, my point is that if you accept this opaque political funding process, if you accept that, okay, let the party not show the donations, then you yourself are taking a big risk. You're taking a big risk by accepting opaque political funding affairs of the party, of Aam Aadmi Party. We all came to form this party to give a better future, to create a better India for our kids and generations. But if you are willing to fiddle with this principle of financial transparency, then the most obvious thing which comes to the mind is who will take care of conflict of interest? How do you know that the principle of conflict of violence or conflict of interest is not being adhered to? Who is donating? Either is it a dubious donation? Is it a dubious person donating to the party? Is someone donating to get some favor back? Or is a person who is donating, his name is being entered in the accounts or not? How do we know all this if the donations are not in public domain? So by accepting this argument, you are letting the party basically spiral down to a level of degeneration which probably can't be even imagined for. So please do not accept this, because opaque financial funding, opaque political funding is the core basis why we see the rot in the country today. The whole corruption starts from this. In fact, you should insist that even donations less than 20,000 rupees should be reported by Aam Aadmi Party to the Election Commission. You might know that Aam Aadmi Party in last 3 or 4 years has not reported donations less than 20,000 to the Election Commission. This is again a very, even though it's not bound to, but it raises questions. And the next point is that if we do not take care of our own finances in an honest manner, then how can we ask other political parties? If we show transparency in funding, other political parties will be compelled to. But rather than doing that, now we have started asking other political parties to show their balances and accounts and all that, which is good, which is not a bad, which is not an unjustified demand. But we must look into ourselves. Are we doing this or not? And one last point. Many people have started, saying that, I have no basis to question this because I am not a Aam Aadmi Party member. I am a Congress member or BJP member. Let me set the record straight here. I am a Aam Aadmi Party member, in bracket suspended. I am in a suspended animation right now. I was suspended on a wrong ground, but that is a different issue which we will talk some other time. I joined this political party. I am a member. I donate, of course, suspended now. I donated my time, resources, and money also. I have donated lakhs of rupees to the party and also helped raise significant amount of money by campaigning for the party. Also, I have been an office bearer for the party. I have campaigned for the party tirelessly. I was one of the prime contender for the Lok Sabha ticket in Chandigarh. I was denied that. That's fine. No issues about it. I still campaigned, in fact, as a campaign manager in Chandigarh for the party candidate and throughout the process until the election. And then after that, I worked in official capacity as a district in charge in Delhi also before the second assembly elections, Delhi assembly elections. And also I have been NRI co-convener, NRI cell. This is an official designation, which of course, does not hold now. I don't hold this position now because I am a suspended member. And also I worked in an honorary capacity with the health minister, Mr. Satyagraha, and I gave several months of my services to the party and to the government also. So I will appeal all of you not to accept this argument that the opposition is targeting us, so that is why we cannot show the donations. This is not a basis. Our insistence should be to ask the party to stick to its principle of financial transparency. If it does not, we must launch a Satyagraha. You must support it because this is the right thing to do. Let us do the politics of truthfulness. Today, by shielding the donations by opaque funding process, the party is standing on a wrong track, not you. So please join this Satyagraha. The website is www.nolistnodonation.com. It has a Facebook page also, it has a Twitter handle also. Join the pledge and insist that the party sets its course right and shows 100% financial transparency. Jai Hind.